Have you ever looked at your life and thought, nothing is really wrong, so why do I feel like something is missing? On the outside, things seem okay. You're functioning. You're doing what you're supposed to do. You're keeping up. But inside, there's this quiet sense of being lost. Not dramatic, not obvious, just disconnected. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And more importantly, it doesn't mean you're broken. Feeling lost doesn't always mean you don't know what to do. Sometimes it means you don't know how you feel anymore. You've been so busy adapting, adjusting, and performing that you lost touch with your inner signals. So life keeps moving, but you don't quite feel there. Here's something most people don't realize. Feeling lost today often has nothing to do with direction. It has to do with overstimulation. Your mind is constantly processing information, expectations, comparisons, decisions, and noise. There's no space left to ask, what actually matters to me right now? So instead of clarity, you feel fog. Let's look at a real-life example. Imagine using a GPS that keeps recalculating every few seconds. Left, right, wait, rerouting. Eventually, you'd feel confused even if you were technically moving forward. That's what life feels like when you're always responding but rarely choosing. Another reason people feel lost. They're living according to borrowed standards. Success, happiness, productivity, meaning. You see how life should look everywhere you turn. And without noticing, your own values get quieter. Not gone, just drowned out. So you reach milestones that don't feel like home. This is why fixing the feeling doesn't work. People try to solve feeling lost by doing more, changing everything, pushing harder, or finding the right path. But being lost isn't a problem to fix. It's a signal to slow down. It's your system saying, I need space to hear myself again. Feeling lost can also be a sign of growth. This part is important. Sometimes you feel lost because an old version of you no longer fits, but the new one hasn't fully formed yet. That in-between space is uncomfortable. There are no clear answers, no labels, no certainty. But it's not failure, it's transition. Why this feels especially hard today? Because modern life doesn't allow pauses. There's pressure to always know, always decide, always move forward. But clarity doesn't come from speed, it comes from stillness. And stillness is rare now. So what actually helps when you feel lost? Not finding your purpose, not reinventing your life overnight, but creating conditions where your inner compass can recalibrate, reducing noise, spending time without input, doing less but more intentionally, letting questions exist without rushing answers. At first, this feels unsettling because silence brings up uncertainty. But uncertainty is where honesty lives. Here's a small but powerful reframe: you are not lost. You are between who you were and who you're becoming. And that space deserves patience, not pressure. Another real-life moment many people recognize. You're busy all day. Then suddenly there's a quiet moment. And instead of peace, you feel restless. That restlessness isn't emptiness. It's unprocessed life asking for attention. This changes how you relate to the feeling. Instead of asking, what's wrong with me? Try asking, what part of me hasn't been listened to yet? That question opens curiosity, not judgment. And this part matters deeply. Feeling lost doesn't mean you need a new life. It often means you need a more honest relationship with the one you're already living. Less autopilot, more presence. If life looks fine but you don't feel like yourself, don't rush to label it as a problem. Sometimes feeling lost is the beginning of coming back, not to a destination, but to yourself. Thanks for being here. If this video has been helpful so far and you'd like more like it, consider subscribing.